Hello and welcome back to Grim Survival, September 17th, 2019. Going to do a quick news update. This will be a short video. We're talking about oil, obviously. The oil prices have gone, some people say they're going up, some people say they are not, but obviously Saudi Arabia's oil refineries or oil storage tanks were attacked. Sorry about the noise. I am actually outdoors, standing behind a bunch of trailers. I'm standing behind the trailers so people don't see me holding a stiff selfie stick and talking to myself because they think I was crazy. I am. Anyway, point being, we're talking about oil prices. Are they going up? Now, I have a lot of insight in fuel prices. I really do. Today, I spent I didn't personally spend. Today, I put $216 worth of fuel on a card for the company I work for. I do this every day. Every single day, I put between 60 and 70 gallons of fuel in my truck. Every day, I pay between $200 and $220 in my truck. Well, I don't pay it, but my company does. And so I have receipts from every truck stop that I go to. I fuel at 3 different truck stops, and all 3 of them I have an app on my phone and a rewards card. I have receipts dating back all the way from a year from now on all of these, from all the fuel that I have gotten for a year for 3 different companies, pretty much every day. So I can compare fuel prices between today and yesterday and all the way back from a year from now. And I can continue to do this, and I will continue to do this. So I can tell you today how much I paid for it. As a matter of fact, I posted a picture of how much I paid for fuel. It was 60-something gallons. It was $218. I believe that's what it was. I have the receipt in my truck, but I'm not in my truck. But I also posted a picture of the cost, how much fuel and the cost on my Grim Survival, Facebook group. So yeah, Facebook group if you want to see it. It's there. Hey, and the link's in the description to the Facebook, along with several other links. Scroll down to the very bottom. You want to see my favorite link. Anyway, the people who have found that particular link, I thank you. You know who you are. Anyway, moving on. What's this mean for us with the oil prices being, the oil being attacked? Saudi Arabia, #1 exporter in the world for oil. Saudi Arabia is the number 2 holder of the reserves. I mean, they have the most reserves in the world. The number 2 most reserves in the world for how much oil they stockpile, which I believe some of that was destroyed. It's been destroyed by a drone attack, from what we are hearing, or what I'm hearing at least. I did watch President Trump. He got on the TV, of course. I heard it this morning. He was saying basically we know who did it. He was saying that it was Iran. He didn't say that in so many words, but that's what he was insinuating. He was insinuating Iran. Saudi Arabia saying they're going to annihilate whoever did this to them, and the United States saying they're going to back them in that endeavor. So what is this really? It's just a ploy to go to war, in my opinion. But hey, that's what we're looking at today. So oil prices. If our oil prices increase, then our food prices increase, and we're already seeing food prices increase. Why does food prices increase if oil goes up? Because these things is what hauls your food. These things right here. These are trailers. These trailers haul your food. These trailers are pulled by trucks. Yeah, a lot of trailers. These trailers are pulled by trucks. Trucks use fuel. Like I said, I go roughly 420 miles a day on an average day. I use roughly 60 to 70 gallons of fuel every day. Every single day that I drive that truck, 60 and 70 gallons. So yeah, it's going to increase your prices on everything. What else uses fuel? Trains. What do trains haul? Trains haul a lot of coal to your power plants. Yeah, we still have coal power plants in the United States. We still use coal. Train hauls them. I drive past, a few times a week, I drive past an ExxonMobil oil refinery. They have a lot of oil tanks out there. Huge, huge oil tanks. They're holding gasoline, oil, diesel, whatever it is they're holding. They're right next to the river. I don't know, I forget the name of the river. It's Elwood, Illinois. I can tell you, ExxonMobil, Elwood, Illinois. Look it up. They're right next to the river. Zoom in on the satellite view in Google. You'll see the barges. These barges, I used to work on these barges, and we used to deliver to ExxonMobil in somewhere out in the Gulf, out of the Houston Ship Channel. Oh, I forget the name of the place. It was over in Louisiana. Anyway, I used to deliver all kinds of different chemicals. These barges are full of chemicals that go to the oil refineries that they use for whatever processing they use to make oil, make gasoline and diesel and all the additives and stuff they make. I don't know the process. I'm not going to act like I do, so let's not go there. Not a clue. They make it. That's all I know. They use these chemicals to make it. That's all I know. So what I do know, the boats that push those barges that get that chemical to that refinery, they take diesel. I know this because I've had to fill them. They're not easy to fill. It takes, well, about 45 minutes to fill one. I don't remember the gallons, but it's in the hundreds. Your average semi-truck, the big trucks, hold an average 150 gallons. The smaller trucks like mine hold an average of 75 to 100 gallons. They use it daily. They do. When I was an over-the-road driver, I used to drive 500 to 600 miles a day. I had a very large truck. I used probably about 60, 70 gallons a day, even in that. But because I had almost 200 gallons worth of fuel in that truck, I didn't fuel it every single day. But when I did fuel it, it was well over $300-400. It was over 100, 125 gallons. That's why I don't make videos outside. Those things are loud. I gotta yell. Anyway, oil. Oil is in the news. That's what we're talking about. So everything runs off of oil. It runs off fossil fuels, gasoline, diesel, oil. It's all made from, it all starts with oil. It really does. So, Saudi Arabia. United States, we make 12 million. Now this is a rough estimate. About 12 million barrels of oil per day is how much the United States produces. We use roughly 20 million. So we are, and when I looked this up last time I looked this up, it's been several years ago, so if I'm wrong now, sorry, but the last time I looked it up, we were the #1 importer of oil in the entire world. The #1 importer. And if Saudi Arabia was the #1 exporter, do the math, we now have an oil shortage to go along with our food shortage. I was told this, I don't know how true it is, I did not confirm it, that the national, what is that stupid thing? Minimum wage. That's what it's called. Minimum wage. It's been so long since I made minimum wage. What was I, 14? Anyway, minimum wage. National minimum wage is being increased to $13 an hour. So not only do we have food shortages, we have oil shortages now coming on. We have, the cost of living going up because all these things are costing more. So now your McDonald's employees are now going to make $13 an hour. Your grocery store employees are $13 an hour. The guy that's, taking the trash out, $13 an hour. You know what that means, right? Your prices are all going to continue to go up. Eventually, you're going to be paying $10 for a loaf of bread, if you can even find a loaf of bread, because crop shortages. As you've seen in the video, it's a cascading domino effect. It's all falling apart all the way around us. We are looking at a national disaster already. We're looking at a global disaster already, and it's not getting any better. It's only going to get worse. So hey, that is pretty much it for me for today. I don't think I can get any more grim than we are all. SOL. If you don't know what SOL stands for, please look it up. Survive outdoors longer. That's a company. They use the acronym SOL. But yeah, out of luck. Yeah, you fill in the blank on the first one. So yeah, it's pretty bad. It's getting worse. It's pretty bad, and it's getting worse. That's all I can tell you. Prepare. If you don't have food, you don't have water, you need to. You need to. Really do. Now's the time, people. Now is the time. So that's it for me today. Just a little tip. These types of containers right here, this ugly colored one, those are all the same type, so they don't all come in the color, but when you see it, how it looks like that trailer is sitting on a chassis. That's the chassis. It's just a flat piece of metal, and it's got 4 pins holding it on. Most dangerous trailer on the road. I'll show you a close-up of it one day in another video. But don't ride next to those things, because drivers tend to forget to hold the 4 pins that are keeping it from falling on your car. Weighs about 44,000 pounds. What happens when 44,000 pounds of solid metal lands on your car? Hey, it don't get any more grim than that. Have a good one. See you next time.